Welcome to Sigma Solver, guys. Before I start the video, I want you guys to smash the like button. This helps the YouTube algorithm and keeps me motivated. And if you are new here, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss an update. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Today we are going to look at Jira Project Management, which is the leading project management tool of the industry right now. And this video is for anyone who is looking to start out in project management and is looking to work with Jira. Starting from the very basic to advanced, we will be covering all the basic concepts to some higher level concepts as well, and this will be a complete hands-on tutorial. So before we move ahead, just to give a little FYI, this is not a regular tutorial, right? This is more of a Sigma Solver community tutorial. So for those who don't know, Sigma Solver community is a paid membership where we host different webinars and tutorials as well as hands-on workshops for different tools and skills as per the demands of the community. So if you do want to join the same, then you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. And this entire video is part of one such class in the Sigma Solver community, right? So there are cases where the students have asked questions and the answers have been given. So all those are part of this particular tutorial to enhance the viewer's experience, right? So by the end of this tutorial, you will be able to first know how to set up your project in Jira, right? How to handle the essential features of Jira, how to empower your team to make the most out of Jira and different features. Of course, we'll be navigating through the entire dashboard and you'll be seeing that in action. We'll also see how to use customized task types, right? What are the different tasks typed there? We'll also see how to customize workflows, right? How the tasks are going to transform from one particular stage of the workflow to the next and likewise, right? And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There will be lots of learning inside the video, right? So let's get started. So this particular link is kind of the hierarchy that actually we will be following, right? And so what is story and what is epic is something that we should know. And what I'll be doing is basically refining this into separate Kanban boards, if that makes sense. And that way we can have like what the user is telling in the video, basically to have 4 to 5 like swim lanes. Swim lanes is like the column, and as you can see in his demonstration, like this is the to do, progress 1, testing, and done. Ideally this changes for all the projects, right? So in collab work we'll have some different staging, but the thing remain the same. And what we see here is different icons, right? This is the task meant for tasks, and this is the bug icon. So if so, this is one thing that like tells to basically change the work types, and we'll see how we can do that. But the thing that I was testing on my side was that, and then Jira, wait just a sec. If I go to, I just created right now, right here, you see, like I got these created, right? And the way I got these created is like this was a board that I just got created, e-commerce checkout system. Perfect. So in here, we see if we go the hit create button, Jira is a bit slow from my understanding regarding for initial onboarding flow. Once it's like set up, then it starts like a bit quicker.
Cool. And how do we want to work? Like, I know there's Kanban and then there's Scrum. Like, do you guys have a preference?
This way we have like something in to do, and then we can move it to like progress and then review and then done, right? So if something like, let's say, falls apart, or we encounter that, okay, this is blocked by something, so then what we can do is like change the status to like blocked, right? If that makes sense. And in that way, we know that, okay, which issue is like blocking this. Let it load, so I'll show you more. But like if you're on this screen, let me share this as well with you guys. So then you'll be able to like, you can say, get both of the things side by side and see which one is like the best in regards to creating a board, right? So like I'll click create, and then let's say I select uh, request, right? So anything I'll type in, that is one thing, one ticket created. And if I click on that, so now from here, what we can do is we can have some automations running on that. Okay, if this test passed, like a build or like this has passed, so then we can move it to done like that. So that is one way of doing it. And what is more, you can say, important that we do is like start date, end date, right? What is an original estimate, time tracking, stuff like that. And this is a way of doing it, obviously. And this way we have like I'll suggest a more comprehensive way of tracking what is going on.
If we have specific comments or whatever, like we could just throw it in the comments section. I'm assuming there's a
Yes.
comments section.
Yes, there is a comment section. Oh, wait. Let's go to, this is the project, and here if I add Anthony, maybe your, right, so we can pin each other here, and then we can basically review that what each other are like reviewing or suggesting any comment. And then there are like multiple things to be added here. We can add a Loom video, we can add like child work items, which is very important, is like dividing a big task. What we are doing right now is the recommendation system and putting that into like smaller tasks.
Okay.
Right.
Is it possible to have like two domains, like one for collab work and one for corporate synergy? Because
yeah, obviously.
Okay, cool.
But then like there will be 2 subscriptions attached to it if we go for a enhanced plan like premium.
Okay, got it. And how much?
Okay.
How much is this?
If we don't build this, I'll say if we don't build, what do I mean by build is there is the cloud build thing in GCP, right? So if we don't build stuff here, then it's like less. But initially we don't need the premium thing. The premium thing is more like if we want these guys, I'll say. Okay, so one more thing, all of you, is this is how you navigate it, right? So this is corporate synergy solutions, and here is collab.
So do we need premium?
No. It's a no. We can start with these 2 guys if we need. Like you can see. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's understand what we are working together right now. So these are the things that like Jira has. These are the project templates. So we are into software development right now. And this is the Kanban thing is like move the project with work items, which we need to do. That is one thing. Right? And sprint is like, let's say we take, let's say 2 weeks advance, and we estimate some sort of like, we have an estimation pipeline for that first, that the way we kind of estimate how much time we are going to take and track that. And then if we fall back on something, that goes to the backlog, and then we have a timeline that, okay, from this Monday to next Monday, we have this thing done, and then these all things weren't done, so next time we'll have this as priority, like that. But these things, like if we have multiple projects, let's say we have auto detailing going on, then we have like collab work as well going on, or what we said in like it's very top level. I'll say that one item from one project goes to another project, like that. So that is top level planning. Cross team is like the marketing, sales interacting with each other. That is this cross team. And then there is like, these things are AI related, right? So Bug tracking is obviously, as the name suggests, for tracking bugs from maybe Sentry and all. These two things are like, okay, asking Jira that what should we do next, like that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and I think all we really need is the Kanban, Scrum, and bugs, right?
Yep, yep.
Do you prefer Kanban or do you prefer Scrum?
Let's start with Kanban because it like forms the foundation of Scrum, because it will underlie the like three components you said, right? The core, the post one, and the internal operations. So these three will be a Kanban, and for each one we'll have a Scrum that, okay, these things are in progress for this week, and the next week we are planning this, and like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that then. So use this template.
Right. What I'll suggest is we go with this one, right? Why? Because the team size is under 5 right now, and this doesn't make sense right now. It is a bit like overwhelming. Let's do a team managed project, and let's do it for the internal one. Choose an access level. Yeah, we can do this thing, and then later on when we switch over to enter like this change level, then we'll make this change as well. Okay. These are members. Invite and continue. Okay. 2 people invited to join. Please check your Gmail. Okay. So right now, I'll create an epic which says first collab work epic. Let's do make recommendation pipeline. Okay. Description. I'll point it to myself for now. And okay, fine. We're good. Okay. Perfect. The first issue is this one, right? And this is okay, but let's say we are in progress of doing it, right? This is in action. So basically it will come here. If I reload the page, ideally it should like do it in real time, but yep, this is how it is.
Okay.
And once it is done, we simply take it to done.
Okay.
That's how we complete a task, you can say. So
Got it.
this is one like way of doing the thing, and a good way to at least basically is let them know what are the internal processes, and once like they have their suggestions on like we should prioritize this thing or that thing, so then let me come here. I should see a prioritization somewhere here. Anyways, reorder fields, like that is something that we'll like have to build upon is priority. Yep. So you see these are the 4 types on your left. Epic, go left. Yeah. Epic, bug, story, task, and subtask. Now I'll briefly share what all these mean to both of you. Epic is, as the name suggests, it's a epic thing that like we have stories, like click on that. Epic, yeah. So it is a collection of related bugs, stories, and tasks, right? Just for like high level understanding, keep this in mind. Now let's go to story. So story is like, let's say, just for context, Srija, Summer is the like head of collab work. So she points out something as story. So what is a story? Like, uh, hey Anthony, we need a better job recommendation system. That way, like we'll have this thing done, that thing done. So that is a user standpoint, right? Means the user understands it that that is a story in itself that she is trying to incorporate into collab. Perfect. Then comes the task. So if you click on task is small chunks of work that we estimate that can be done in like one or a few Xeno functions. Let's put it that way. So that is task. It has to be small in size, not a big in size, because that particular thing, let's say we assume a task would take 2 to 3 functions of Zen. So then all those uh, functions will fall into subtask category, right, which you see on the left, right? That those are subtasks, and bug is obviously a bug that gets appointed, and that eventually leads to more tasks and subtasks.
Hmm.
Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. So then, for instance, if there's like refactoring that needs to be done, like in terms of these categories, project admin categories, should I worry about these or should I?
No. We have these things by default into Jira, and project categories is like the entire project of what we meant in uh, internal processes, assigning that into something. We don't
I see.
want that. We want the mm, internal processes to hold bugs and stuff inside it. So that was kind of the first part of the tutorial. Now we will be looking at something different, which is quite related to um, work log, and how basically a user can log his work, and we'll see how multiple teams or like multiple members can log their work into the work log section, and what impact it is going to have on the project management as well, right? So let's dive into the next part of the session. This one is kind of what gives us the overall understanding of how many stories and epics are we currently working on, subtasks. So as you can see, everything is getting boiled down to subtasks. So right now, up till like this much, we are processing it. So now I'll go to timeline. Timeline contains the 2 epics that I have made so far. One is for the core platform performance one, and we'll see them one by one. And this one is currently under development, which is for the advanced AI job processing part. All right, so then we come to the backlog. Backlog is kind of, so ideally backlog should sit here, right? And board should only contain like what we immediately are going to work upon. So, but just for that being able to get displayed to the like collab work team, I just put it in the board, right? So we will get to this as well. List is obviously something that is quite extensive, means all the you can say epics, stories, and subtasks live here. So if I click here and go from there, so everything can be basically tracked down from here, like their status, priority, labels, of course, and like all the stuff. Okay. Then we come to board. Now this is something that like will eventually get good grasp of, is we don't actually get the epics down here, right? So we don't get the epics here. What we get is stories, subtask, and tasks. So as per the implementation board, so this is the first, you can say, uh, story that we have assigned all the labels, and once the labels are assigned, so everybody can like reuse and use them, right? So um, these are there, and then like priority as well assigned, and from here, this is one thing. Now this is the mm, you can say miniature version of viewing it. The more effective way of viewing this is by clicking here. So then like we can discuss it in like a much good way, right? So told this to Srija for like better, you can say, compatibility, and like she has also implemented stuff like this. So yeah, this is story. Now one thing I'll just remind us is task type is a separate entity in Jira, and story is another entity. So they both can host child entities, which is subtask, but not each other. Okay. So if we go here, we cannot add task, but we have added subtasks. Similarly, like all the fields as we have in the Jira implementation board, we have written there, and these 2 epics are like almost done. I was here, right? So like in this portion of it, and yeah, developing the rest of them.
So there's comments and then there's work log. I don't know the difference in terms of
Okay.
like where to put
What?
things.
Okay. So comments is like how should I put it? Comments is like the progress milestones that one has to cover. So let's say Srija is assigned the UX part of this, or design the UX of what it should look like for collab work. So then once she is working on it, so she'll put that, okay, this part is covering from this end to this end. Now it's done. Anthony, please do the front end. Okay, so you'll start the front end work done. Then you'll comment me that, okay, Somak, this is ready now. Just put it in the APIs and do the backend part of it. So like that we can operate. And
Yep.
workload is like, so workload is like a bihedral thing. Is, let's suppose somebody logged that, okay, it is 3 hours, but then it doesn't make sense because Shrija might have worked on this for 3 hours, but then you work it on for 2 hours. So idea is to, if let's suppose we do this thing and Summer wants to know, okay, how much time did the front end took, how much time did the UX took, and how much time did the API took. So that is something that we do in the workflow.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Let's Sridhar, do you mind clicking on that real quick? The work log. Yeah.
Okay.
And scroll down. Okay. And then click on log work. Just get some giggles.
Yeah, it's actually, it's not for like a back check, but it's like an overall, you can say, understanding of how did we do, right? So let's suppose that we estimated like, okay, it will be done in a day, but it got done in, let's say, 2 days. So what was the basically blocker? So we may write that down in the comments like that.
Okay, got it. So Mark, can you tell me a little bit more about the development stuff on the right? Development and create commit.
Yeah. Okay. So like if you go Srija and hit create branch. Yep. So just wait there. So you see it says git checkout, bpane, and like the project name as well as the issue that we are working on right now. Okay. So this is the like the branch that we are having in. So this is not related to Xeno. This is complete code based. So if we had a GitHub repository or any repository, Bitbucket repository, so this is how we track the code part of it.
I see. Cool. Okay, so that's helpful for like, XML stuff, Fast API, all that code stuff that we had.
Yep.
Or like Python scripts, like to web scrape and stuff like that.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, cool.
All right. So now basically we will be looking at a different zone of Jira, which is towards, I'll not say complete advanced, but I mean, it is slightly less touched on. This is something related to what the workflow is and how we can customize it, right? So we already saw that there are multiple issue types, and we can pass them on from to do to progress and done. But now we'll see how we can make that workflow a bit more customized, right, for different software development life cycles, SDLC, how we can change that and stuff. So this particular approach which we will see now is quite a naive approach, but it's obviously a lot more extensive than what we just saw. If you still want to like have a custom built workflow and arrangement, then feel free to hop in on a call inside the community, and you can do so by joining the link in the description, right? So now let's get back into the video. I just wanted to quickly catch up on important thing in Jira is you can simply you can copy this particular prompt here, right? So I'll just copy it to you guys, right? And what you can do is this will help you like generate these, right? You can take a screenshot of this one as well, but the idea is to basically have like these statuses, right? And I'll just show you how to have these. This is the development and quality assurance one, this is the deployment and release, and this is the ancillary statuses, right? So these all are meant to be you can say the statuses apart from to do, progress and done, that we need to basically do in order to handle all the different, you can say, stages of development, right? Okay, now I'll just tell you how you can add that. So this is my core product, right? If I click on here and go to project settings, and then in the board, columns and statuses, so from there you see this manage workflow thing. I click on that, and then it says edit workflow. So this I have like already created, but if you see here, the backlog stands first, then this code assessment, code review, planning, ready for development. Like blocked and rejected, I have just like pasted directly, but you can uh, put it anywhere. Basically, just link it up somewhere so that you can find it when you are like putting statuses for any ticket, right? So this is the flow for that, and then there is the flow for in progress, code review, ready for QA and all. So you will understand this by like, don't need to be too fussed about what these all mean and all. You will gradually come to know once you start using these, but it's important to have them so that we can tag the tickets accordingly to do an on hold or just like that. Okay, and here is how you can add one. So if let's say I add new status, right, and I can choose which particular field I want. So mostly you'll either, if it's non-action related, you can say status. So let me put it somewhere like tutorial, right, and I want to add it to do, right? So here you see I've got one. Now what I can do is I can link this thing to this guy, and then I'll have to name this. So begin a tutorial, right, and then hit create. So that is one thing done. Then you can simply update workflow, and you can basically, you'll choose all for updating. And now if I go back to the project, and let's say I am in let's say go to list, so I'll find one. Yeah, so here is the one that I just created recently, and if you see here, I can begin a tutorial, right? So I can basically put that. So the idea is to basically have these particular statuses in order to denote what stage of the process you are and what does it mean according to the workflow that you have established, right? So this will just help to like note, okay, what is next in this particular ticket and where we are at right now, what we've done, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a wrap, right, for the entire session that we did have today. And this is just kind of the basics that you need to start with Jira, but there's obviously a lot more, right? That's why it's kind of the leading piece of software with project management and stuff. So for those who are interested in learning more about Jira now, we have a different sort of session, right, which will cover the following topics. First is Jira administration and dashboard reporting, right, where we'll see the different task types being converted into done and what timing. You can say all the different entities that we have seen in the video thus far, how to accumulate that and report to stakeholders, stuff like that. Then comes cross project team setup. So there comes scenarios, especially when we have multiple teams working across projects and may need to have the project managed in a better way. So that one. Then there comes automation and Confluence integration. Automation is something we did cover a slight bit in the video itself, but that was very brief, obviously, connecting it to Slack, Teams and other places, and that's just notification, but there's lots more going on, right? So you can get an edge on that as well. Then there is Confluence. Confluence is basically the documentation and reporting side of Jira, right? We haven't touched on that. That is something that we do inside the Sigma Solver community. Then recently what we have seen is Loom has also been included into the Atlassian suite of software. So how do you manage privacy and compliance in them? That is also a very hot topic these days. Next is Bitbucket management and DevOps integration. So just so you know, for direct integration with Jira, we do have a separate version control mechanism which is called Bitbucket, and how to manage your code inside Bitbucket, how to control the version, how to give permission level access and all those stuff. Then comes like the DevOps integration. So inside Jira and Bitbucket, we do have cloud build minutes, right? How to set up those, how to ensure merge checks are in place, stuff like that. All these things are also very important in terms of code management and other stuff. And lastly, this is something which is new and is coming quite in parts, right? So this is something which is kind of in the top tier in the community these days, which is AI features like Compass and Loom recording meeting transcriptions into Jira tickets, right? So those kind of things, and like all these things are included inside the Sigma Solver community. So just wanted to give you a brief of the other stuff that we also have. So that's all for today. Thank you again for your patience, and this is the link. You will also find the same in the description down below. If you still have any doubts, then feel free to reach out in the comment section below. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos. Till then, happy solving.
Hey there, before you go, I've got some fantastic content lined up for you. Over here, we've got some videos and playlists you might enjoy. But first, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.